Hello everybody, and I'm back. It's been 5 days since I finished the last video, and I'm here to start a new one to show you more starts this month. Um, I was hoping to have 10 starts during May, but unfortunately right now is already 23rd of May, I think, so it's very little time left. I might be going into June with my starts. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. But also in the middle of May, I was asked to do some baby metrics. I also had some other plans to start, so I'm like, So my starts are growing and growing exponentially. I was starting with 10 plans, and now I'm actually going into already 13. So I don't know how many starts I'm going to show you. Probably 5 or 6, and maybe I will transfer other stars to July. We will see. But somehow I'm super excited to show you more, and just having good time here with all the stitching, all the different projects, all the fabrics. Just relaxing and enjoying myself. So let's see. From the last video, I already showed you my geranium, the whole progress of it, but just brought it here to remind you what we finished our video with. So this was Paradise Stitch, the Russian designer, and in collaboration with the Ukrainian designer, they made this wooden base, and especially for the designs of Paradise Stitch. Unfortunately, right now you probably cannot get the wooden base for it, but the designs are free to buy. Like I think you can buy from her Instagram, or maybe she even has Etsy. I think like this is a well-known designer, so probably you can find her designs. And this is how much I stitched. Super happy about it, and my plan for this project is probably to finish it by June 14. So I'm not sure I will be stitching it more in May, but definitely I will be stitching it sometime in June. So it's actually very pleasant and very fast stitch. You saw me like just basically 2 trips on the train, and I finished like 1/3 of the design, because all the reds are in. I have the greens left, and then the pot. I understand that the pot is the biggest part, but basically, like if you look at this, it's like 1/3 of the design is already in. So I'm super happy. I'm confident that I can finish it by June 14th, and let's finally see my first start of this video. And my first start of this video will be a tiny little cute panda. This is a kit by Chinese designer Orange Love. So before, she used to have a nickname Orange Now she changed to Orange Love. I think it's a better option. It's easier to pronounce, and she is a very like well-known designer in China. Has a lot shop in Taobao, but you also can contact her by email. Unfortunately, she doesn't sell her patterns, she sells the kits, and this is what we're going to unpack today and see what is this consist of. But first, a couple of words about the panda, why I'm going to stitch the panda and why it's so important for me. Because as I already hinted you in the last video, we are welcoming a new generation of our family this summer, at the end of August or beginning of September. So, and a nickname for the baby right now in the family is Panda, because it's kind of like a joke, but my husband is considered like dark-skinned in China. His skin is very tanned brown, and basically like they call him black here in China. And my skin is like white, so the baby will be black and white and Asian. And what is black and white and Asian? It's a panda. So we are having a little panda, and I found this amazing cute panda girl. She's covered with spring petals of maybe cherry blossoms or something, and the most important part, she's sleeping. So this is gonna be my like kind of like a spell on the spell on the baby. If I stitch the sleeping panda, I hope the baby will also be sleeping and let us rest a lot, and will be a very nice and quiet baby. We don't mind the how to say, loud and restless baby too, but of course it's gonna be more preferable if the baby will be sleeping a lot and let us rest and enjoy our first time together more. So let's see. For the insides, they sent me a paper pattern, but not only the paper pattern, they also have the electronic version of the pattern. So this is very, very good for me. Let me show you the bigger piece somewhere. Let's see, like this. So as you can see, the pattern itself is very big. Like, you can put my finger here and you see the like size of the grid, the size of the stitches. Super big pattern, very easy to see, very clear. All the colors are distinct from each other, which I really, really enjoy and like. Not many designers do this. Like, sometimes you found very easy mixed up symbols together, but this one's like you can very easily recognize which were like different colors, different rows of symbols. Yeah, even the black ones are very easy to see and distinguish. So yeah, super, super nice pattern. But they also sent me the QR code for the electronic pattern, which is something new. Before, the Chinese designers never had electronic patterns. So I'm gonna cover the QR code for the electronic pattern, and we were talking about the color key. There are a lot of symbols here. As I counted, there are like 33 of them, and you can see it's not DMC numbers, because this is how Chinese designers fight with piracy. They never give you the DMC numbers for their floss. They use DMC floss, but they don't give you the numbers. They actually just use their own numeration with blends and everything. So you can't just like pirate their pattern and use your own DMC floss. You have to order the full kit. But so many backstitch. Oh my god, I'm a little scared already. But it's gonna be an enjoying stitch. And apart from the pattern, they sent me, of course, the fabric and the threads. So the fabric choice was quite large. White, then I believe this is like the rice color. They also had beige, light blue or light pink, and eggshell. And I decided to try the rice color. I didn't know. I thought it's more white or beige, but why not? I'm gonna try. Plus, the panda herself is very light, and I think it will pop on the rice color more. And today is a little darker outside, not too bright, I would say. The weather is a little foggy, but trust me, yesterday was way worse. Yesterday was super cloudy, super dark, raining all day long. And that's why I didn't want to make like the first start yesterday. I wanted to really like relax, unpack. We went out to meet the family, to tell them about our trip, had a nice lunch together, saw everybody. So the whole day was like just unloading from the trip. But today is much better, still not too bright, not sunny, but much better. So I hope you can see the color very well. And I think the panda will pop up one of this, and yeah, I will be happy to try this color. Why not? Then the threads, and the threads is something I really like, because I was thinking about the white and blacks, but actually there is no black here at all. There is some white color, but not black. This is dark brown, this is dark blue, and this is the very, very dark blue. This is not black actually. So no black here in the panda. Very interesting. But we have some very beautiful peach colors, very nice pinks and purples. Even like grays and greens are nice. I don't know. It just I never expected to be so colorful, but I'm super happy it is. I'm super happy that I don't need to stitch like 10,000 stitches in white and then 10,000 stitches in black. I'm gonna stitch in many different colors and make her life like colorful and different and full of interesting things. So yeah, that's my spell for the future panda. Of course, they send you, oh, this one have white one, but it's okay. They send you the organizers and one extra for blends, which I really appreciate, and I like how she already put the numeration on her blends and just an empty organizer. So if you have like leftovers from your blends, you can stick them here. If you want to prepare like all the needles, you can basically prepare them here. So this is a really, really nice organization, and every number also have the color key. So basically you don't need to look in the pattern or in the color key too much. You see the number, like you see the color, the number, and you just stitch it. No need to go to the key so much. But she also included some very interesting things in her kit. So I really did not expect any extras because I only like in the description there was like a paper pattern. There wasn't a description that they include electronic pattern with the saga and the fabric and the floss. That's it. And then I got like some extras, which is very nice and very cute. So number one is this premium quality needles from Japan. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna try some Japanese needles. So cool. And they're like specially cross-stitch needles, blunt, smooth, pinhead, flawless, pintail. Oh my god. So I was like, yay, new needles. So needles are always welcome. But also, which made me like squeak a little bit, is that she sent me a magnet with this panda. So this project will have like a personalized magnet. Look at this. I think this is the like the art that this panda is based on. Super cute. I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but her eyes are actually super visible, like just like that. And my sleeping panda will be living on this project. The only downside of this is that she didn't glue the magnet on here. It's basically just a plastic thing. And I need to use this sticker to glue the magnet, and then like the other half can use it. But I don't think I will use this sticker. I will probably just ask Erin to use the glue that I'm using for all my magnets and all the like pins that if I go to for a market I'm using them. So it's more durable than I think the sticker. So I will have a little panda. And this is how I'm gonna start my project today, my stitching day today, and stitch probably around 1,000 stitches on this panda. And after that I will come and see you again. Hey guys, and I'm back with only 2 days later. I didn't expect myself to be this fast on this project, and actually I really want, like, I wake up today in the morning. Today just right now is like almost 10 o'clock in the morning, so I already woke up, I ate my breakfast, I finished like household things that I write myself every day to do. So trying to be a real housewife. So thing is, I really wanted to sit down and do more on the pandas, but on my panda. Yeah, but okay, I need to change, need to show you the progress and change to another start. But first of all, I brought to you this amazing Chinese embroidery, and they have some special word for this technique. It's not like usual straight stitch or something. It's some special technology because you stitch it on the silk with the silk threads, and the second side of the stitching is identical. Like, yeah, it's reversed, but super identical. And the thing is, uh, as far as I know, this technique even have a more difficult version of it, when one side will have, like, for example, pandas, and when you turn around they will have like some other animal, like let's say tigers or capybaras, and they will be super identical in their poses, they will be identical in their like position. So for example, from this side you won't be able to see on the next side, and but on the other side there will be totally different colors and totally different animals, and this is like for me this is the top of mastery of like embroidery. And as far as I know, this kind of technique is stitched with two like embroideries, two people sitting on both sides of the canvas. So one person will stitch his side, like will thread the needle. Another person will like pull the needle from his side and stitch his side. And this way they will stitch like very nicely each side. For them they will be like the front side, right? But at the same time they will look identical, and I have no idea how they're doing this, because they're not doing the identical stitches. They're every time they're putting the stitches in some different position. So this is a really amazing work, and this piece was a present for me for my birthday from a friend, because she knows we're calling our upcoming baby panda. So she found this piece of embroidery. She knows I love everything like handmade and cross stitch and everything. So she found this piece of embroidery and said, this is our family, the family of pandas. So this will be probably Aaron, and this is me, and on top will be panda, or maybe on top will be me and they're under me and I'm bullying both of them. Who knows, who knows. But this is super cute. I love this piece, and it's a stand-on, so it stands on itself in our living room right now. So everyone who enters, they will immediately see that we are a panda family. But it's time for me to show you my progress on my sleeping panda. So reminding you how it looked before. And this is how much I managed to stitch in just 2 days, and I'm super, super proud of myself. I haven't even noticed that I had such amazing speed, and I really stitched a lot every day. Like, I think for the first day I stitched 650, and second day it was 790 or something. And even my friends from the cross stitch chat, they asked me, are you sure like the numbers are correct? I don't remember the last time where you stitched more than like 400 a day. And I'm like, yeah, can you imagine? I was really, really into this project, super into it, and didn't want to stop. The fun part is that there is a lot of different colors here, like several shades of brown in his eyes, the blues, all the oranges and pinks. His face is also super colorful, only like a little bit of white in here, but other parts are super colorful. And at the same time, even though I had to pull the thread a lot, I have to change the colors, I even like get rid of some colors already. But at the same time, like my speed was very good, and I did not spend the whole day from morning to evening stitching. I actually like we went to the gym the other day, I went walking on a treadmill, and then we went to the parents for lunch, and we stayed there for a couple hours just chatting and sitting there. And basically I also do every day some household things, and it's not like 2 days in a row I was staying at home. No, like it was barely like 5 hours every day of stitching, like maybe evening stitching, I would say, right? From 6 to 10 or something. So, and at that moment I was watching some movies, so I can't even say like I was focusing so much on it. But the speed was amazing. I'm surprised. And of course, like looking at my progress right now, I don't wanna let it go. I want to continue so much. Like right now, I woke up in the morning, I had my breakfast and already vacuumed the floor and like did some laundry, and I was like, oh, I want to sit down and do more of some panda. And I was like, no, you have to like change the project, put it away and do another start. And I'm like, no, I really really want to just continue on the panda. Actually, the stitch itself is not too big. With the whole back stitch and all the things, it's only 8,000 stitches. So, and I already did like 1,400 something. So I was thinking like, wow, this is a very quick stitch, and maybe I can do it before the end of August. I won't be like focusing on it. It's not a focus piece, but if I have some prompts, maybe next month or the month after that, I will be taking it out. Or if I have some time to stitch, maybe I will focus and I will take it. I actually didn't expect that I will show you already like half the face of the panda. I thought like maybe I will start, it's like somewhere in his head, and I'll just show you a white blob and that would be it and not very interesting. But when I started, it's like somewhere like here. I just went down and I reached his eyes and his face, and I'm like, oh, that's super close. Like the middle of the pattern is super, super close to his face, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna focus on his face because, on her face, because I just wanted, I really wanted to do it. Had the mood, and the colors were amazing. Let me show you the threads. I already like braided them, so they are all in order. I do not like use anything at the end, just like loose knots from the braids. And this is how they are. I think I stitched everything by the orange and like this shade of peach. So they are, I think probably some of the brown too. So if there was something like not too far, like for example there was some brown in his ear, I wasn't counting to his ear, but not too far things, I also stitched them with the same color, like here and here. But if it was super super far, I used the another organizer for the blends to put the leftovers on, and it was super useful. Like I love how like Chinese designers do their organizers with a special organizers for blends, so I don't need to think like to remember where I put them. I don't need to remember do I have this blend or not. I don't need to like disassemble it. I can just like not finish any blend and put it back on the organizer and leave it for the next step. So this is super comfortable, very convenient. And let's stop bragging about this project, because this is a project of love. This is 100% is going to be a project of love and passion. So let's let's change to a new start. Bye bye, panda. And my next start is gonna be this Harry Potter pattern. I think I started it the year before, and I did all the Slytherin, and I finished it in a like hand pillow for the laptop, for using laptop. And this winter, I think I sold it during the one of the markets. But the designer also have all 4 faculties. So these 2 faculties are for free. This is a freebie actually. Can you imagine? This is amazing pattern, very big, very detailed, with a lot of like effort put in it. They're totally free. And she also have Coctevran. She also has a Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff patterns, but they are not free, but not like you can donate whatever you want. Like you want $1, okay, you want $5, okay, any amount to her, and she will sell it to you. So I decided to finish it first. In my plans, I plan to do all 4 of them, of course. But at least I need to start the second one, and since it's free and I already have it, I decided to finish the Gryffindor first, and then I will change into Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff. So this time I will do this part of the design. And actually this design is even bigger than the how to say, the panda, because pandas only have 8,000 stitches, and if we check the numbers here, this part has 9,800 stitches left. So this Slytherin part only had 9,600. So, which makes me think the Gryffindor part has more backstitch in it, probably because of the flowers. The flowers are more heavily backstitched to it than this, like, lilies, I would say. And for me, of course, this is Malfoy and this is Harry Potter. Who else? I can't tell you how much I love this pattern, um, mm, how much admiration I have for the designer, that she really just decided to like gift this amazingness to people, and she's not charging for it. Yeah, so this is uh, this is the project of love for her and the project of labor for me. I remember the cross stitch was pretty easy, but the most annoying part was the half stitch, because it was just super large and there is not like one color of half stitch. There are several colors, so you can't just like row by row do it. You have to like stop and count. That's a lot. But the backstitch was pretty easy, and I remember like there is some brown backstitch, dark brown, light brown. I just did all the backstitch in black to, I don't know, save my time, and I think I will be doing the same thing here. So my plan is to start it, do 1,000 stitches, and to come back to show you. I hope I can do another 2 days of work, maybe 3, and then we will see each other again. Today we will have this beautiful cat as a background, because I was gifted for my birthday a puzzle, and of course I already started to assemble a puzzle, and this is my progress, only the cat, because as you can see the picture is super intense, like all these flowers, they're basically the same color, and it's super difficult to find where are the colors. Like this piece is I have no idea how I'm gonna do it. Basically this is all my progress. I did the frame and I did the cat. So that's all, the whole frame actually. So at least that one. But also the cat is not fully assembled, because I found a lot of black, but there is a ton of other black here, which looks exactly like the cat. So I cannot like 100% feel in the cat. But I have this little progress on the puzzle because I have been stitching a lot. So for the last couple days I have been stitching my Harry Potter, and I did 1,000 stitches. Yay! Very, very good. So I started in the middle. The middle came up to his sleeve. I did like this whole sleeve, and his hand went up to the wand, and I only had left like 200 stitches from 1,000, so I picked up a color from the book and stitched on the book. So now I'm going to show you, because otherwise it will be difficult to distinguish what is what, because this kind of like designs with a heavily backstitch, you can basically see the beauty at the very end of the design when you start backstitching, but when you just have like the stitches, it's barely understandable what it is. So this is the sleeve. There are 3 colors here, black and 2 grays. Then there is his hand. The darker pink goes into some stitches into the roses, and the lighter pink color is actually the whole like background of half stitches. It is very, very nice, because the Slytherin pattern have 2 colors of half stitches, and you couldn't just like without thinking too much just mishmash and stitch them. you had to count like, oh, here's this color, there's another color, then switch them. But Gryffindor is much easier, only one color for the whole pink background, and actually it's the same color as in his hand. So while I had it on my thread or my needle, I also did some of the half stitches, and then the wand and the book. So basically, yeah, that's like how big the project is, how tall the project is. There is still like a couple more stitches here, and I think that's it. That's it for the. I reached I reached the lowest part of the design. So this is my 1,000 stitches. This is not too much, and I do hope to put in more progress this year, but who knows, right? Because some people, they can stitch after they have a baby, some people cannot at all for years. So at this moment I have no idea which category of people I will be in. I really dread that I won't have any time for stitching. I really want to have it because it's my relaxation time, it's my calm down time, and very, very enjoy myself time. But who knows? Anything can happen in this world. So I knew a blogger in Russia who, even after giving birth and going back to work, she did 10,000 stitches in good months. And my good months, so even without a baby and without work, is 10,000 stitches. And I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think I can do that. So yeah, I hope to not delay with this project too much because it's beautiful and I want to put more stitching in it, at least to have more things to show on the project. But I don't know, I cannot make any plans further than 3 months ahead. So, and now we will look at the start number 3 for this video and start number 8 in the total. And start number 8 is this amazing Angel of Spring. This is Angel of Spring by the Russian company Zlatые Ruchki. It translates as Golden Hands. And this kit I bought last year when we visited Russia. I ordered it beforehand. It was with my mom for a long time, and then when I visited, I picked it up, and finally it's with me. I did an unboxing of this kit on my last year's video, like the big package from Russia or something, the big haul from Russia. So I won't be staying with it too long, but I still want to remind you what we're gonna deal with. So this is a huge work, actually. It's 30 to 36 centimeters. It's like really a giant for me, and it's gonna be a slow work because all the giants I'm stitching, they're stitching very slowly, like barely a page per year, I think. But the most interesting part is that this is the color kit. And there are 41 color here, plus you can see how many, like this whole thing are the blends. This is French knots, half stitches. These are also half stitches, so half stitches here and here, and this is all the back stitch. So this is a very labor intense project, and as far as I know, all of the bushes, sorry, if you hear some noise in the camera, I'm sorry about that. I have May sitting right behind me, and sometimes she's sneezing, sometimes she has like these coughing noises. Unfortunately, after we came back from our trip, she was feeling much worse. I don't know if it was overheating because these days in Beijing was around 30 degrees of, it's like super hot. She was sweating a lot, and maybe it's some kind of stress, but we were not here like barely 3 nights. But probably she was stressed a lot that we didn't come back even one night. And we came back to her. She was hyperventilating. Her heart rate was going very, very extreme, I would say, at least for at least a day and a half after we came back, after she saw us, after we like comforted her, gave her a lot of treats and patted her and hugged her. And after that, now she's feeling better. We also started giving her very strong medicines for her heart. She has, right now she has heart problems. So, but there we cannot help her anymore, like more than that, more than giving her medicine and just giving her the best life. So yeah, that's very saddening and stressful for me, and maybe that's why I'm also doing a lot of cross stitch, just to take my mind off things that I cannot control in this life. So yeah, let's look at the angel. And this angel is stitched on Ada. I think it's either 16 or 18 count Ada. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't found anywhere in the kit where it says which count is it, but it's obviously very, very small. And I decided not to change the fabric because it's already gonna be very labor intense. It has whole bushes of French knots like this. I think 2 or 3 bushes. They are only French knots. So not everything here stitches with cross stitch, unfortunately. Since it's gonna be a large work, long time work, I decided not to change it because probably at the end I will not frame it. I will be making like a pillow or a bag or something with it, like some FFO. So because of that, it doesn't matter if it's on beautiful linen or if it's just on Ada. And plus you will not see it much, like it's only around the angel that you will see the fabric a little bit. So it's not a big deal for me. And that's why I'm keeping the Ada. And I wanted to spoiler a little bit the pattern, just because maybe you by yourself want to buy some kits from Zolotые Ручки. So I wanted to show you that they actually do a really great job of making patterns. Look at the size of my thumb and the size of the square. So the like this. Let me open another page. Yeah, here. So you can see they do black and white patterns, but all the symbols are very visible. The blue dots, I think, are either French knots or the beads. I will need to consult the color key, but also they do very distinctive lines for the backstitch. Unfortunately, there is no separate pattern for just the cross stitch and the backstitch. They're all together. So if someone is stitching by the paper, you will have to find like very light highlighter to not cross over the backstitch. But they also provide the electronic pattern. So I was able to scan the code and get myself an electronic pattern. So I will be stitching from Saga, from my iPad, and this will make my life so much easier. Trust me, so much easier. And also here on the pattern, they, how to say, they stick, show you, they stick the beads. So you won't accidentally lose them or anything. These are very, very petite, very beautiful, like kind of look like Mill Hill beads, like very golden, very gold yellowish. It's like the kind of yellow gold that Chinese people like. They don't like the muted gold, they really love the super yellow gold. So also speaks to me. And I could not mention the colors of the threads. Look at this gorgeousness. Oh my god. Look. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this organizer because there are 40 colors on it. There is a lot of like big big number of threads, and keeping them all together will be a little messy. But for now, for the first 1,000 stitches, it will have to suffice. And just looking at this organizer makes me happy because there are so many beautiful and very vibrant colors. Look at the purples and violets, the greens, the pinks and the corals, the blues, like even browns are nice. Yeah, there are some muted colors like beige, but you cannot make beige very interesting, I would say. But other colors are super cool, and I think even stitching with any of them would make me happy. Plus this like the whole rainbow colors here, so anytime I will need maybe like any prompts to stitch with one color, one specific color, I can just pick up this project and indulge myself stitching with these beautiful colors. So yeah, they are definitely gonna save me during summer when everything is too hot, and they're definitely gonna give me a nice mood during the winter when outside is dark and frosty and my soul is just craving some nice colors. Yeah, but unfortunately, because this project is so huge and I will be of course starting it in the middle as I always do, I bet the middle part is like her sleeves or part of her dress. So I don't think there will be too much interesting um, stitching here. Next time I probably will just show you a blob, a little mass of colors, and that would be it. So don't raise your hopes up too much. But in the upcoming years, you will see this project not once, and we will gradually grow to love it with its whole amazingness. So let's see how long it will take me to stitch around 1,000 stitches, and I will come back with an update soon. And I'm back with my update on the Angel of Spring. Today is the last day of May. Yesterday was my mommy's birthday, and I know that she watches my videos. She watches always my Russian videos and English speaking videos, and so I want to congratulate her with her like birthday, past birthday, but anyway, I want to congratulate her with her birthday. I want to say such a big thank you that she's my mom, that she gave me the opportunities in my life. All the opportunities that I had was thanks to her. She always encouraged me. She never said like no to my ideas. It's not like she never said no to me. She never said no to any of my ideas or stars. She supported all my good intentions. Even when I told her that I'm moving out to another country right after university, she was like, okay, so tell me your plan. She the most supporting person in my life is my mom. So for this, I'm super grateful, super thankful, and happy birthday, mom. And I bring you my first 1,000 stitches on the angel. First of all, I have to confess I cheated a little bit because literally her like middle is this sleeve up at her dress, but I decided that I don't want to stitch the sleeve and the dress at the moment. As I saw, it also have so many color changes. Actually, this is very heavy on colors design. I didn't expect it to have so many color changes in every little piece. But yeah, this part is super heavy on color changes, and I didn't want to just stitch a blob of nothingness, so I decided to cheat a little bit. And what I did, I counted from that point. I would say her like middle point should be somewhere here, like maybe here. I counted like however I could. Then I started with some color. I go even further down, and with this color, which is actually a blend, I reached the water can in her hands. And I thought for the first 1,000 stitches, this is a good element to focus on. It will give me like real focus stitch wise, mentally. I will not be jumping from one thing to another. Like because you take one color, you stitch in, you have one idea like, oh, I want to finish this color, I want to stitch it more, and then by the end, if you finish 100 stitches, you're like, I'm already tired of this color, how about I switch to another one? Yeah. So, but this can give me a focus point to focus on it, and I stitched like more grays in it, and I started on the greens. And actually at the first I was a little confused. I was like, why is this can so gray? Because when I just stitched like this grays and the blends with blue and a little bit of green, it really looks like beige more than green. And then you stitch more green in like light greens around and things, and it's not really green can. I even went back to the like paper pattern and watched the preview, and I was like, no, actually it does have a lot of beige in it. It's not like super green water can. I didn't mix up any colors. I was true to it. And after I picked in these very dark green moss like colors, I would say, and stitched them in, then the can was like fully formed, and I actually could see it's more green than beige. um, and I don't know how many colors here. I would say around maybe 8 colors, maybe 7 to 9 colors I stitched in just one water can. And it also had a number of blends, which some blends I could like start with them and finish the thread and start something else, but other blends were like very far away from the actual can. So I decided to like do an extra organizer for it, and I just used the old DMC one, wrote down the numbers and saved the floss, because I think this design is super heavy on the blends. And if already with one can I have 3 blends not finished, if when I go further away from the can and into her garden, into her dress, things like this, if I cannot finish the blend right away, I will struggle to remember where it was. It will be difficult to put them back together or something like this. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna organize it on an extra organizer. And I did not, how to say, expect that these amazing colors, like look, this green, I stitched with this, and I stitched with this very light, beautiful green. I stitched with, oh, a little messy, but anyway, I stitched with this and with this one. Like the colors itself are so vibrant, so beautiful, but when you stitch with them like next to some blends of beige, or you stitch them like so little in stitches, they really blend together and you cannot see that much of color. But what I'm super happy about is that the can looks really realistic. When I make a picture of it and showed it in one of the chats with my girls, and she's like, oh, you started something new. What is it? Is it a water can? And I was like, yeah, it actually is a water can. How did you guess? She's like, no idea, but the colors and the like metal filling of it does give a vibe of like a very old style metal water can. And I was like, yeah, it is a water can. So it's such a good eye. And I showed them the kit, and she's like, I hadn't even thought about this kit. So even without knowing like the whole picture, she was able to guess what it was. So I'm super happy. I'm very happy how it looks, how it turned out. And I can say a lot of good things about this kit. We need to continue with another start, because I still have 2 more starts, and tomorrow is already June. I don't want to drag the starts till the like big middle of the June or something. So let's finish this whole epoch of amazing starts by Anastasia. as fast as possible. And on June, I already have some other plans. Because, of course, when you're stitching so many stars and things, you start to think about something else. And my next start, number 9, will be a beautiful pumpkin rider. Actually, this is not the first design of this designer. This is Anna Klautova. I really admire her skill of designing, her choice of patterns, very, I would say, revealing patterns, and a very bold choice. But I really admire her and her own style. She never, like, you know how a lot of Russian designers, the one designer starts to draw some floral wreath, and others see that, oh, it's popular, so now every designer has some floral wreath. Then another designer starts to stitch some, I don't know, like kittens, and then it becomes popular, and everybody have like kittens, all kinds of kittens. And but Anna never like betrays her own aesthetics. She does the patterns that no one else would do, and she doesn't do what other people want. So, by the way, by this designer, I stitched the pumpkin queen or pumpkin girl a couple years ago. It was on my channel. Maybe I will bring it up. I don't think I sold it, so I will bring it up next time to show you. And also Marceline, which is one of my whips this year, is also done by her. So that is the designer. And if you're interested, please don't send me messages under the on YouTube. It's like, where is this from? Where is this from? Better text me on Instagram or email me. Like, reach out somewhere else, because YouTube doesn't allow to give direct links. So like last video, a lot of people reached out about the lemon sampler, and I try to like hint them to go to VK. It's a social media platform like Facebook, but it's vk.com. I don't know if YouTube even showed them my comments, because sometimes if you put the direct links to other websites, it will automatically delete those comments, as he will think it's a scam or spam. So I cannot send you the direct link, but you can always email me and like send me an Instagram message, or even on Facebook, which I do sometimes check, maybe once a month, maybe once in 2 months. So if you're in a hurry, Instagram is better. I check it every day. If you're not in a hurry, Facebook is okay. I have all the links to my profiles under every video, so you won't be lost. So this is also designer that has a page on Instagram, that has a page on VK. So if you want this pattern, contact me there. I will give you a direct link. On YouTube, unfortunately, I cannot give you the direct links. That's it. And it will be too much hassle for me to copy the links for every pattern in my video, and to like, I don't know, info box or something to put them there. It's just too much work. Sorry, I don't have that much free time. Okay, so I'm gonna stitch this pumpkin rider, I would say. It's not a very big pattern. It's only 7,000 stitches, which is like, with the amount of backstitch, I would say it's very small. Like, there is less than 6,000 cross stitch here, and the rest is like only backstitch, so it's fine. And I love the amount of the details on her face, like how every little like bubble on her face or wrinkle or everything is done. I love the amount of detail on the engine, on the motorbike, the skulls there. It's just such a cool pattern. The only thing that I don't like is the boot that is like sticking out of her butt, I would say. For me, it is sticking out of her butt, and I already contacted the designer. I said, like, why is the boot is in her butt? And she said she even make it better. Like, before, the boot was much bigger from her butt. I don't know why the like artist drew it this way, but it does have this feeling. So maybe this part, eventually I will change a little bit. First of all, I don't want to stitch this 4 stitches of black. I don't know why they're here. It's like to show there is a crack or what. Yeah, so I'm not gonna stitch those. Maybe I will make this side, like butt cheek, fuller, and I will reduce the amount of black stitches in her boot in here. Maybe give her more of the red design and whites here. So it will look like her leg went over this side and now is lying down on the wheel, but the boot is like behind the wheel still, not like getting from under her, because I just don't feel like when you sit down on a motorcycle, like you could stick your feet between your cheeks, between your butt cheeks. But anyway, I love this design. I really want to stitch it. And what fabric I chose for it, actually it was influenced by my late, like one of the not so long starts is this Ubelhor Eva 28 count. As I know, it's Netherlands even with, or somewhere European, because Austrian, maybe Austrian even with. So it has an amazing texture, but for the touch, it's more like even wave, not like a linen or something like this. So it is still soft, but the threads are also like thick, thin, thick, thin. So it does have amazing texture. And I already, as you saw on the design, I played with the background, and I saw that this kind of brown, which is on a camera, I think it shows you more like grayish. In real life, it's more brownish. I don't know how to fix the light. Maybe if I put some white here. Nah, it doesn't do anything for it. Too bright a day. We need a very dark day to show you the real color. It's like very subtle chocolate, I would say. Not very vivid, but at the same time it's still more brown than gray. And so I tried to pick up the same background for her, and I think it looks amazing. The oranges pop up, the yellows pop up, the brown, the black of the boots and the wheels are still very visible. So I would say it will be really, really popping on this fabric, and this is what I'm counting on. I want a very bright work. I didn't want to start it on red or orange or yellow. I don't remember what color the designer used when she stitched this work, because she already stitched her own like version long time ago. I think this pattern I had for several months, and she's stitching like a meteor. She's stitching like 3-4 days she finished the pattern. I was like, what? It's so fast. Yeah, so I don't think I can do it in 3-4 days, but right now she's already having patterns about Hollow Knight, another video game that I'm crazy about, and I was like, oh my god, I need them too. So as soon as I start this, and probably I finish Marceline, I would go and buy the Hollow Knight ones. I really want to stitch them. So yeah, this is my plan, and let's see. And I'm back, and it's been 4 days, and I don't know really what happened, why it took me so long to stitch 1,000 stitches. Actually, I did 1,200 stitches, so it still shouldn't take me that long. And I have to confess, this couple days I also did 500 stitches on unrelated to the starts project. I had to do it for a cell, and then I came back to this project and finished my 1200 stitches on it. And I'm happy to show you that I have a full hip done. So I started in the middle. Her middle is like exactly her hip. I went down to do her heel, her like super cool, lovely boot with high heels, which is like the bottom of the heel here reminds me so much of the movie The Devil Wears Prada, where she was wearing like mm, Louboutins or something with a very high heel black shoes with a red undertone. So this was super cool. And then I went up. I stitched. I think I stitched like 4 shades of orange. I started with 920, then 921. Then I did a little bit of 922, which is the lightest like shade here, and then I went to 920, 919. Uh, just because it's very close in my floss stash, and I don't need to like go and look for other things. But the 919 is already like the saddle of her horse, of her very high speed horsey. So I'm happy to say that the design is very easy to stitch. There is not many things like just cross stitch and back stitch. There is no like 3/4 or like petites or whatever, like nothing like that. So based on this is a very easy and cool design, and I can't say I can't say enough how much I love this designer, how much her work is like unique and spicy, but at the same time very beautiful. And I don't know, she just love woman's body, and I love that about her. And she has a VK group, and also she has Instagram. So if anyone is interested, of course, check for Anna Klautova in on Instagram, or like send me a message on Instagram. I will share a link to you. Um, and I don't think I have to say a lot about this project. Uh, I actually thought it's gonna be a little smaller. Yeah, like I thought this is a 19 centimeter nursery hoop, and I thought it will fit in. But actually, like if you see, I just reached kind of like her shoulder part. So for her head and for the left like flames, I will have to rehoop it, but it's okay. It's for the future me. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that I found my older chat with the designer where she actually sent me a newer version of the chart. I showed you the last time I showed you the older one. So on this chart, this is like changed color. So this is very dark brown, and this is not part of her shoe. This is actually like a saddle. So when she's sitting, this is a saddle, which is like, so you can see her butt is on the saddle, and the shoe is like outside, like the saddle and outside, just lying on her like back wheel of the motorbike. Still, I'm not happy about this 5 stitches of black. I understand this is probably her lingerie or like, but I think I don't need to stitch that. I think I'll just do it as the color of her skin and just have her have a very nice butt. And if she have any underwear, probably it's inside, so we cannot see that, but it's okay. And yeah, like I think I like the saddle part. I'm okay with that. I won't destroy it, but I think I will change the color. I was thinking of something like very different from black, maybe like brighter, super brighter shade of brown, or I was even thinking about this red here, which is like the brightest red in the fire. So they are not connected, but I was thinking maybe this amazing, like I think it's Harley Davidson or something, should have a very bright red saddle so she can sit on it. And unfortunately, in the front, we cannot see it. Of course, it's not that big. It shouldn't be that big. This is, I think, like a fuel tank for the motorbike. And if you hear any strange noises on the recording, it's May. She has a big, like right now, nose problems and heart problems. So and she follows me everywhere, so it doesn't matter which room I would go, she will follow me and try to sit not very far from me. So since she's sick, I don't want to like close doors, I don't want to send her away. I want to appreciate that she not feeling well, but she still try to be as close to me as possible. And that's why if you hear some noises, it's okay. Just bear with me. So we will not talk about this project anymore. This was start number 9. So let's talk about start number 10. And for the start number 10, I should take this away and show you this amazingness. This pattern I just like accidentally saw on Instagram, and 2 minutes later I was already on the designer's page. The designer name is D Cecilia Vota. She has her Instagram. This is her like company name. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's very good in Italian. I'm not gonna butcher it, so you can screenshot it or write it down for yourself. So this is a very like retro style, I would say, designer, but at the same time super elegant, super nice. Like the feeling of these designs when I saw it, you know what it reminds me? When the cartoon about Alice in Wonderland starts, we have like just 1 minute image of her sister sitting under the tree reading a book to her, and the Alice is just running around somewhere in the grass and don't listen to her sister. And that's what I see here. This is a very cozy image of a girl sitting under the blossoming like cherry tree. There is a white rabbit, some butterflies, and I'm like, oh, I want to stitch it too. So you see how the range of the projects, right? We go from very spicy Halloween writer to a very cute and elegant farm girl. I have no idea how to translate this, so I'm just gonna call her like farm girl. And these are her like website, and she has a website where she sells so many amazing projects. She has Christmas projects, she has Easter, kind of like all kinds of holidays projects, and she has different variety of girls, not just like this one sitting under a tree, but like all kinds of different women there and animals, and they're so cute. I love them all. But the one that really caught my eye and the one that I really want to stitch right now is this. And I was super happy to find out that in my fabric stash I have exactly the same fabric. This is Murano 32 count. So Zweigart. Oh. And it's just basically enough for this project. It's not too big, it's not too small, it will have some very close margins, but I don't mind. I don't know how I want to FFO it. Maybe something like this, maybe something different, but the only thing I know, I don't like to stitch on these circles. I have a bad experience stitching on them with, how to say, the animals with the cups in the sweaters. I hated stitching on this fabric, but those ones were on blue with circles, so it's okay. Just one project, not so big, not too many stitches, it's gonna be fine. And the majority of the stitching would be in her dress and the tree trunk. Others I think would be amazing. Doesn't matter. So I think I will survive. So let's not stop on this project for too long, because it's already the beginning of June and I have some plans for June. I have been watching so much FlossTube recently, like while I was stitching the starts. I think this month I've watched more FlossTube than for the last like 6 months together. And I was very highly influenced. Some girls made very interesting videos and plans, and I was like, oh, I want to do that too. So I already have some plans for June, and it's okay that they don't start at the 1st of June. It's fine, they can start on the 5th or on the 10th of June. no big deal. But I would like to finish my like epoch of starts 10 starts as soon as possible, so I will right now just sit down and try to do 1,000 stitches on this. If I can, that would be amazing. If I cannot, I would do just a little less and then show it to you as soon as possible. Let's see. Only 2 days later, and I'm back with the update on this amazing design from the Italian cross designer cross stitcher. I think she's also a cross stitcher because a lot of her designs are stitched, and she has a lot of pictures from her Instagram on how to she FFOs things and things like this. So I think she's also a cross stitcher who maybe stitches her own designs. At least she stitches her own designs. That's 100% sure. So 2 days later, and I present to you this amazing, beautiful lady with all her glory. So this is around 900 stitches. I did spend 2 days on it, so roughly I think we can finish all the starts this week, the first week of June. And since we started all the starts after the 5th of May, it's like about 1 month. If we don't like count the calendar months, it's been about 1 month, and I'm super happy about it because this month was super busy. I had a lot of things to do. I went on vacation, was my birthday party, organizing everything, and like basically even daily things are been super busy. Like yesterday, we left home around 8 o'clock in the morning. We came back about 6 o'clock. I did have a couple stitch breaks in the between, and I did some stitching, but not too much. So when I came home, I was so exhausted. I went to Aaron and said, "Can I just lie down on the floor and you will just pour some shower water over me and take me to bed?" And he's like, "Come on, you don't just lie down in the hallway, please. At least go like try to wobble to the shower, and I will pour shower on you in the shower." And I'm like, "Okay, but I don't want to do anything later." He's like, it's okay. I will order some food for you in bed and just you can just rest." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you so much. I'm so tired." And he was tired too, of course. But as amazing husband he is, he takes care of me when I'm feeling super down or super lazy. So, um, getting back to it, that made me stitch 2 days 900 stitches. So when I wake up today, I was like, either I can do update and finish this start, or I can do another like 300 400 stitches just to make it more, and then I'll just waste another day. And I'm like, nah, it's okay. 900 stitches is also really good start. It's not like some 50 or 100. So it's a good chunk of start. And as you can see, I worked on her uh, most of her body, so that is a really good start. Um, I started with the book. The book was her like very middle point, and actually, what I noticed is that she's not holding the book properly. The elegant lady she is, from whatever century she lives in, she does not hold the book properly. So basically, she doesn't hold the book like open. She flips it over the like crease of the book. So yeah, when you stitch it, when you look here, I thought she's holding like 2 pages of the book, but when you look at the pattern, and the pattern have like um, bigger magnitude of stitches, you see it's not like the second page, it is just like crease of the book. So I'm like, what? That is so bad. Like they always taught us never to fold the book this way. They always teach us in school to open the book correctly, so you will not break the spine of the book or something like this. I'm like, you are folding it over the spine. That's bad. Then I worked on her skin. That's all her skin, so I used all the colors. Basically, the colors that she needed were 754 and 758, but instead of that, I used 950 and 948 because I thought like those colors were too bright, too pink. Here you can't really see, but when I hold them in my hands, they were very much brighter. And I was like, no, I don't want her to have like that much of a sun tan and too rosy for me. So I just switch them to a normal skin color that we usually use in the like any other patterns. Then I worked up to her frog, worked on that, and even almost finished one of the flowers. Then I go down to her like dress shoulder buffs. These was super fun to stitch, and when I had some of the blue on my thread, I'm like, I go down with it and I completed it. Then I take the second shade of blue, completed that one, then the lightest one, completed that one, and then it was time to go home. So uh, yeah, that's all I did. Anyway, that was a very pleasant stitch. I super loved it. I can't say it was any difficult. The only spaces I left in her hat were of different colors. I didn't have them on me. So I was like, it's okay. Next time I pick her up, they will be in the book, in her hat, somewhere in her dress. So I will color complete them. Don't worry. And for the next time, I was thinking maybe I could go to the flowers. I can very easily stitch all the whites and then jump from one flower to another to complete the yellows and oranges for the middle, and then go down through the tree and complete her dress. Or there is another way. If I color complete her dress, I will also simultaneously stitch all the lupins, the flowers. They are a bit of confetti. They have all 4 shades of blue, and you can't see it here, but on the pattern itself, they are kind of a lot of confetti. So that could be how to say slower. So that could be a slower stitch, and then I can go up to the tree trunk and to the flowers, which are should be relatively fast stitch, because depending on this flower, there is a lot of white which I can um, like um, easily get from one flower to another. I don't think I need to finish my thread specifically to do that. So yeah, that was a blast. Generally, just a very pleasant project. I'm super happy I chose her as my 10th start. But I have a little cherry on top of the cake. That's not my last start. I will be doing an 11th start, and this was waiting in my stash for a year. If you've watched my channel previously, last year I traveled with my husband Aaron to Japan. I have a video about Japan, about my first, how to say, thoughts. Also, I have a video about Japanese store that we visited and what I bought there. And so there I was a kind of not big variety of cross stitch, but there was a lot of variety of embroidery kits. So of course I just had to go and buy something. And I haven't started it for about a year. Yeah, because all my games, all my like sounds, everything, they want more stitches, cross stitches. They don't want like embroidery, and I cannot count embroidery. But I was thinking I can definitely start one and spend maybe one day today on it. I also have a lot of things to do today, so I can't promise you big development that I will finish it or something. No, probably I will do just maybe half or some part of it, but it will be a start. And whenever I don't have like time, or it will be easy to take with me or something, I can take this project and just complete it. So at least I will start it. Let's open it up and see what's inside, because I'm not sure if I opened before. Sorry for the crinkles. Yes, my videos sometimes get messy. Let's see. First of all, let's look at the pattern. It's all Japanese, but I'm sure I can manage based on the colors on the preview. I can figure out the colors, but the very interesting part that they give you the number of strands that you have to use for each element, and they are all different. For example, like as I see, this part of the flower uses 4 strands, but the top part of the flower uses only 2 strands, so that would be interesting. The main wreath, it uses 4 strands of brown, and the leaves, they use 2 strands of green. So that would be interesting. And the rabbit just used 1 strand of everything. Well, like, looking at this, I wouldn't say about it. Maybe I would say this one has thicker layer, but other parts I didn't know. So that's interesting. Okay, that's good to know. Also, there is some little, how to say, instructions on how to stitch elements. I think I can manage even without too much instructions. And there is some contact. So if you have any complaints, please call their number from 10 to 5. They will be happy to answer to you. They also have their website. They do have their YouTube, though I never checked it out. And they do have their Instagram. So if you're interested to know what Japanese really are about, that's Japanese embroidery is about. You can go and check it out. So yeah, I think they even tell you what colors they use. So maybe it will be easier for me to, if I don't finish some colors, I will use them in the later. I will have to see and if they correspond with the DMC threads, or it's like some other threads, because it is the Japanese company Cosmo. I know they produce their own threads, Cosmo and linen. So let's see. First of all, the pattern is so small. It is a printed fabric. As I see, it's linen, but the count is super tiny. I have no idea what count it is. Could be like 40 count, could be 56 count, no idea. It is, I don't think it's even, because I used to buy kind of the same fabric and it was not even. It was a little elongated, and my cross stitch was a little longer than before. Yeah, after that I didn't buy their thread, their fabric. But I think for embroidery it's not a big deal. Also, I thought it's a circle. It's not. It's more like an eggshell shape, and it's super tiny, like it's smaller than the preview. So I think it would be interesting for me to start with the leaves that the rabbit is holding. I think the leaves should go first, and then I would do the rabbit and the flowers around it, and I will see how much I can manage today, just the leaves or the rabbit too. That's very interesting for me. And the threads. So we have a full skein of this color, which is twice in the design, full skein of this color, which is also 2 big times in the design. I don't think I need 2 full skeins for such tiny stitches, but whatever. And then they give me a bundle of all the rest of the colors. I think it's orange and blue and pink and brown, white. So super, super cool. I am thinking of changing something. I was thinking of changing something, but now that I look at it, I better not. I really want just a tiny little start on it. So that would be my last cherry on top of the full cake of my May starts. And let's see how much progress I can do in under 24 hours. Hello everybody, and it's next day morning and I'm ready to show you my progress on the last 11th start. I cannot imagine it. I cannot imagine that this month I managed to do 11 starts. Usually it's even one or two is a lot, a lot of work, a lot of preparation, pre-production, everything. But this month I've been doing starts and starts and starts again, and I'm still super excited about it. I'm not like burned out. I'm really super excited about them. I think that it's because even though it's been a very busy month and I've had a lot of things to do, I treated it very lightly. I did not push myself to start. For example, like if I had a very busy day, I just came home, I only had like a couple hours rest, I did not start anything. I maybe would work on some older things, or I would just go to bed and rest and just give myself some extra resting time. So like this, there had a lot of days during May where I wouldn't stitch or I wouldn't focus on the starts too much, so that yeah, and maybe if I actually made a schedule and like followed it, like every second day I would start something new, like this, I would do more. Like I know girls who made like 30 starts in 1 month, so basically every day something new. But for me, it's too much work, I would say, especially if you're also making videos about them. So yeah, considering I managed to keep it light for myself, I managed to keep it exciting, I'm very happy how this month is finishing. And unfortunately, this start may be the most disappointing for me. Not in a way that I'm not happy about it, it's just that I haven't done that much progress that I anticipated. And what have I done in 1 day of work? And this been like 1 day of work, practically like 5 hours of non-stop stitching, embroidering, I'm sorry, is just this. This is a very like tiny um, like tiny pieces which you need to focus on. I cannot do it too fast. I know like there are people who just do embroidery super fast. They use a couple hours, they can finish the whole wreath, and they'll be like screaming at me, come on, that's like nothing. But for me, because I'm not a master of embroidery, I'm basically like trying it only like second or third time in my life. So yeah, I have been trying to do it very carefully with I used a beading needle for all the tiny details on his face and in the bunny. So I started with the green leaf, and you cannot imagine how long it took me to fill in this one leaf. That's a lot, like one way, another way, one way, another way, one way, another. It's like a lot of work. Then after the leaf, I tried the white thread and stitch this bluebell. And yes, my bluebell is a little crooked. So what I think I would do the next time I will pick it up and I will have more of white to stitch, I will add a little petal here, because as you see on the preview, this bluebell is supposed to be more round than it is on in my stitching. So if it would be more round, it would look better, but mine is a little elongated. Mine is just growing this way, right? You cannot grow flowers identical to each other. So I would add a little petal, but I was out of the white thread at that moment, so I did not finish that one. Then I picked up the brown one and I did the whole outline of the rabbit, which is a very interesting experience for me because it's not a straight stitch and it's not a back stitch. It's kind of like this braided stitch where each piece is like kind of looks like braided, and most of the leaf is also done in this stitch. Oh, this is very interesting for me because I've never done this stitch before, and it took me a while to get used to it. Also, I did his eyes and face, and then I went to the leaves. So the leaves were the most maybe pleasurable stitch for me because first of all, you don't need to do them that accurate. They just need to be like looking nicely, I would say. And then secondly is that they are just straight stitches, and it's always very easier to do straight stitches. So basically what I learned when I translated the page is that these are not the colors, these are actually the type of stitch that each of them is used to stitch, and then the number of threads they're using. Because here you can actually see like the full name of the stitches maybe, and then the little name that they are using for the pattern. So after I translated it one time, it was very easy to get used to. You just need to find these like characters on the page. You will see which kind of stitch is it, and you just do it. So not a big deal. I managed. So also another very nice thing to say about this kit is that I loved the Cosmo floss. So these are also not DMC, these are Cosmo Japanese embroidery floss, and they are so nice for the stitching, for embroidery. If you ever have opportunity to buy them, I would highly recommend. I would say I enjoyed them much more than DMC floss. I know maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but I do not enjoy DMC floss that much. I actually like CXC or Royal floss. They are much plumpier, fluffier, like softer. And the Cosmo floss for me, they were like something in the middle between DMC and CXC, because they are super soft. They're very nice for the touch. Not like DMC. DMC for me is a little like dry, not like as a floss, but you just feel the straight line and nothing basically else. But this floss, they bend, they're easy to manipulate, to do some like ovals and circles. Like for me it was much easier to embroider with. Plus they are as thin as DMC, so whoever doesn't like CXC for their fluffiness, they can use Cosmo floss. And it was my first time ever stitching with Cosmo, and I'm super happy with them. So this is my review of the kit. And the second thing I also stitched yesterday after I tried for 5 hours. I was tired of it. I was like, come on, that's enough. 5 hours basically for me is around 500 stitches in like axes. So if I would stitch it in a normal project, I would basically finish already the norm, the daily norm I would set for myself. But of course, for the embroidery, it took much longer. So another thing that I also stitched yesterday, and I wanted to finish it and show you, but the finish didn't happen. It is my like jar with the flowers that I started in my previous video, and I all wanted to finish it by the end of this video, but it's okay. Life happens. This weekend we are very busy again, so I can't say I have any nice stitching time. I'm like stitching it here and there. Fortunately, we had a lot of like travel stitching, and I take it with me to stitch with my friend outside. So this is how it looks right now, and it will be finished very early next week. So just some results of my 11 starts. Others are just little starts. I don't plan to stitch them at the moment. Actually, for June, I already have another plan, which will be very interesting to watch, but I'm not gonna share with you now, but I'm gonna hint with that soon I will have a new video where I will share the whole plan. So with that to be said, what is your favorite start among the 11 that I showed during these two videos? Which one you think is like, yay, so cool, I want to stitch it like too? I think the mermaid and the lemon sampler already got so many good vibes, so many good reviews, but maybe you have a start which was like anti-start, which you thought like, oh, why do you even start that? That's so eh. So if you have something like that, also share it with us. We will I will be happy. I will be happy to get your reviews, to discuss it with you, and also don't forget to share what are your plans for June. Let's stitch together. And thank you for your attention and see you next time. Bye!